Okay, so before Alibaba was the global tech giant we know today, it was powered by this sales force so legendary they were called the Iron Army. This is the story of how a small group of people, true pioneers, built an empire selling what seemed like an impossible product with basically nothing but pure grit and a totally unconventional playbook. Their own manager called them this. And you gotta love the contradiction, right? Silly and naive, but also fierce and persistent. That paradox, that's the absolute key to understanding the kind of almost mythical spirit that drove these people to do what pretty much everyone else said was impossible. So here it is, the central mystery we're unpacking. Forget about selling software today with all our tools. I want you to imagine trying to sell a website service when most of your customers, they didn't even own a computer, let alone have an internet connection. How on earth do you even start to pull that off?
To really get their secrets, first you have to appreciate the sheer scale of the mountain they were trying to climb. The conditions they were working in weren't just tough. They were, frankly, borderline absurd. Just look at this breakdown for a second. It really shows you how insane their challenge was. They were selling something you couldn't see or touch, an invisible service. The price was a massive investment for any company back then. And the market? The very people they were selling to couldn't even use the product yet. And the team doing all this, young kids often totally broke, all living together in shared apartments. This wasn't just a job for them. It was literally their entire life.
So how in the world did they do it? Well, their first secret is this really profound shift in thinking. They figured out that the product they were really selling, it wasn't the website. It was themselves. They actually had a name for it, sales personality. It's this core belief that your character, your honesty, your resilience, your attitude, that's what actually closes a deal. Before a client is ever going to buy your product, they have to buy you. They need to trust you, they need to believe in you, and they need to see that you're genuinely there to help them win. And this is where it gets amazing because it shows you just how deep this philosophy went. This wasn't some corporate slogan they just leave at the office. No way. The author of the book about all this, he actually used the Iron Army sales process to win the heart of his future wife. It's an absolutely fantastic story. So let's just break this down like a sales plan. First, he uncovered her need, her pain point. She was bored on the train. Then, he pitched the solution, which was himself, as a great companion. He solved objections and built trust by creating this consistent, reliable presence in her life with those texts. So by the time he actually went in for the close and asked her out, the deal was pretty much already done. She was already sold. So that personal connection was absolutely key. But you can't build an army on good vibes alone, right? You need tactics. And that brings us to their next blueprint, a masterstroke they called 3 steps, 1 kill. It was this brutally effective system designed to get brand new, totally inexperienced recruits a win within their very first month. Now, this was pure, raw hustle, but refined into a science. Week 1 was all about volume. 30 visits a day, door to door, no matter what, just to build a huge pipeline. Then week 2, you get smart. You filter that massive list down to your best prospects. And the final weeks, that was all about the kill, focusing all your energy on that small, qualified group to land that first crucial contract and basically survive.
This quote right here, it really captures the mindset they had to have. It's this relentless optimism. They believed that luck wasn't something you just wait for. It was something you create through sheer numbers and probability. The next yes could be behind any door, so you had to be willing to knock on every single one. But look, brute force only gets you in the door. To actually get the deal done, they had to become absolute masters of the human element. Learning how to navigate all the obstacles that stand between you and a signed contract. First, you have to get that there are 2 totally different players on the field. You've got the gatekeepers. Their whole job is to protect the boss's time and block people like you. And then there's the key person, the KP. Their job is to find solutions. So your first sale isn't to the KP, it's convincing the gatekeeper to just let you through. And this is my favorite part. Just look at how they did it. These aren't tactics you're going to find in a business textbook. This is pure street smarts. Claiming you're from the same hometown just to build a little rapport, acting with so much confidence that nobody even thinks to question you, or my favorite, turning the receptionist from a barrier into an ally, an informant who can tell you exactly when the boss is in a good mood. That is the art of the sale. So what was the end result of all this incredible effort? Well, the Iron Army didn't just build Alibaba's early cash flow. No, it did something much bigger. It forged an entire generation of leaders who would go on to build the future of China's whole tech industry. This is the ultimate takeaway here, that relentless training, the intense focus on character, and those impossible odds, it all created this trial by fire. The people who survived didn't just learn how to sell a product. They learned how to build something from absolutely nothing, how to lead a team, and how to win, even when the odds are completely stacked against you. And if you need proof, it is right here. We're talking about the founder of Didi, which is basically China's Uber, the COO of Meituan, the massive food delivery giant, a former CEO of Alibaba itself. The list just goes on and on. These are billion-dollar companies, all started or led by graduates of this one legendary sales team. Their training wasn't just a sales program, it was a blueprint for entrepreneurship. So really, the ultimate lesson from the Iron Army isn't just about sales. It's a playbook for tackling anything that feels impossible. Sell yourself first, apply relentless systematic effort, and master the human element. And that kind of leaves us all with a question to think about. What is your impossible goal? And what's that first, small, fiercely persistent step you're going to take to make it happen?